What is going on?
Hello.
How are you?
We're back with some more decks.
Yeah, I made ECL Revan, and I don't know if this is the best thing you can do with Revan, but there's a lot of really cool, powerful plays you can make with ECL and his ability.
Revan deploys on 5.
Revan deploys on 5. We know there's a lot of really good shit you can do if you deploy on 5 and you have ECL.
Yeah. There's and green villainy particularly has some very powerful 5 drops, right? So.
Yeah. So you can the big payoff with Revan is you deploy Revan and then you can ECL Darth Malik and he comes in and ambushes something and gets an experience token and then readies after he ambushes, so then he can attack again and he's got Overwhelm. It's like kind of crazy the value you can get out of that play. What's up? This is where the fun begins.
Dark Black, what's up? Thank you.
Thank you. Revan Lake Country. Okay. That's definitely a choice.
I suppose there's enough stuff to build that deck, but
you can do it. Yeah.
I do find myself trying to not force the Force stuff into every deck that I'm building. I know this one's based off of the Force because you need it to use Qui-Gon's ability.
Yeah.
And I was telling Justin before the stream, I feel like you need like 40 cards of the Qui-Gon deck just to make his ability work. Mm-hmm. And so I don't know what the last little bit of the deck should be. There's probably some crazier stuff that I could be doing compared to what I am doing. So
it was kind of like when I was playing Bears. I was like playing the stuff to just kind of see what was working the best, like what's the stuff that really worth playing. Which is really that's what the idea behind these initial build streams are anyway, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
does this work at all, right?
And if it does work, is it good enough to be top tier kind of thing?
Yeah, it was like the I think back to a deck that did everything that I set out to do with it, which was like pre-Vizsla Green. I was like, I got the deck to function the way that I wanted it to. It just isn't good enough for the game.
Yeah,
right. Which is like that's at least reassuring to know you have won the initiative.
This isn't ideal, but I'm going to keep it and just see how it goes.
I'm afraid this hand is probably disgusting.
Okay. Well, I'll play Benny.
Okay, so he moves experience tokens around, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to spark you.
Knight of Ren, Terran attack, and Battalion.
All right, let's get rid of the Knight of Ren because that guy's kind of big.
Yeah, that's kind of my next turn play too. I'll take initiative.
Oh, praise.
Okay. I'll play Darth Revan's lightsaber on Vani. It has grit.
I'm going to sneak attack Ahsoka.
Alright, I'll discard this. I'll discard turn attack.
Okay, well, I'll exhaust Vani.
Take initiative.
I'm going to attack you for 3 and get the Force token. I'm going to use Qui-Gon, spin the Force, return to Ahsoka. And the question is, what do I play here? I could also just play nothing because you'll kill whatever it is for free. I guess I'm gonna play Adi.
The amount of handy is pretty frustrating. Yeah, I'll attack Adi.
Okay.
I'll get an XP.
I'm gonna Ahsoka you.
I'll I'll discard the Shore Trooper. I'll take initiative.
Pass.
Deploy Revan.
I'm going to bamboozle the Vani. Actually, does that make sense? You can, you could replay the lightsaber on Revan if I do that, right? Turn each upgrade on it to the center's hand. So I don't actually think that makes sense. I think what does make sense is getting Ahsoka killed somehow. Maybe that makes sense.
I guess you could suicide her into Vanny. If that's what you're into.
I guess I'll attack Revan for 3. Get the Force.
Okay, I'll ECL the battalion.
Yeah, that's why I wanted her killed there.
I will give itself +2 and then overwhelm.
Sure.
That's gonna be 5 damage. He's back. He's back, baby. And I get an XP token.
I'm gonna play Ezra.
I'll attack your base. On attack, I'm gonna move this XP, and this attack's gonna be for 6.
I'm gonna play this droid that defeats a non-unique upgrade, and I'll defeat the Revan token.
Let's fight this guy.
Okay. I'll take initiative.
And I'll get an XP. I pass.
We gotta resource something.
He's freaking back, baby.
Gotta resource something. I want the whole hand though. I guess I resource this. Alright. Ezra is gonna end up fighting. Actually, I think it makes it's gotta be that. Okay. Ezra is gonna end up fighting the Steadfast Battalion.
I'll attack you for 4.
All right, 2 cards in hand. I'm going to deploy Qui-Gon.
I'll attack you for 6. Do I move the experience? actually. Yeah, I think I'll move the experience on that attack. So I'll take it for one more.
Okay. I'm gonna play Plo and kill Revan.
Okay. I'll take initiative.
I'm going to attack with Qui-Gon, bounce Plo, play Kianamundi. He's got to complete the attack, so he gets the force, completes the attack. Draw 2. I die to the damage. All right.
Benny.
I think I should have bamboozled.
Oh yeah. Because he was just so.
It was kill Ahsoka. I should have killed Ahsoka. That way, that she's just off the table, right? That way I don't get ECL there, because I took like 20 damage. I basically died in 2 turns worth of damage, right? And then I should have just bamboozled Vani. And if you replay the sabers, whatever, the fact of the matter is I took too much damage, right?
Yeah.
If I fight Vani or fight Ahsoka into Vani, I suppose you could attack me back for like a bajillion, but the bamboozle just straight up kills him, and that stops all the swapping around that you were doing. Now, I didn't have Plo on 5, and I think Plo on 5 would have helped out quite a bit in that situation.
Yeah, I think the Qui-Gon deck definitely just like you need just reps. You gotta know the lines.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because and I do feel the first time I play any of these decks, I bungle it. The Ahsoka deck was that way. I can feel myself getting better with the deck because I knew the stress points as the game went on.
I haven't played the card in that deck or in this deck yet that I think is like really, really, really interesting in this build, but I'll show you once we get there. Hopefully I get to do something with it. This just has like a lot of roles it can play. The hand destruction is pretty annoying. I had to discard like 16 turn attacks. Maybe this is a mulligan. I'm gonna mulligan. Yeah. And I had Maul in the hand the last turn too, in case Vinny got dealt with. Maul and Dogfight together, pretty interesting.
Well, it's the 2-drop with an attachment on it, and I didn't have Waylay, Fang Fighter, or like anything to do against the guy, right? Like I feel like that's a very narrow thing to thread there, right? Against a yellow deck, 2-drop buffed or whatever. I didn't have it, right? It won the game. I'm gonna play the Youngling Padawan.
Kylo.
I'll take initiative.
Yes.
I think I have the Youngling fight Kylo.
I'll take you for 2.
I'm going to play Ezra.
I'll resupply.
I will take the initiative.
I'll pass. Get the force. Yeah, you got the force already.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep, when he played it.
Yeah, when I played the young one.
I did order some Force tokens. We'll have better representation of the Force on stream whenever those arrive. Get Force me? I don't use this shit. I got ECL. I don't use that damn Force. I don't need that junk in my life.
Right.
Is there a play that would have been better than Ezra? That would have been good living when you are.
Who do we get killed? I guess I'm going to attack your base with Ezra. I will play Adi.
I'll Tyrannotech fight Ezra.
I'm going to trade with Kylo.
Revan.
I'm gonna play R2D2. I'm gonna pitch Qui-Gon.
I'll take a base for 3.
I'm going to take the initiative.
Yes.
We're gonna plow Revan.
Annoying.
Yeah, I could have played Qui-Gon, but I felt like the Ezra getting 2 dudes into play meant that Plo was more likely to coordinate.
I'll OB.
Take 1.
8 damage. 3, 7, 1.
I will attack your base for 2.
Attack you for 8.
Take initiative.
I'll dogfight to finish R2 off. Yes.
I'm going to Ahsoka.
I'll discard Revan's lightsaber. I'll fight you for 6.
I'm gonna force throw you. I'll deal 2 damage to the Terran Tarek.
Play these guys.
I'll deploy Qui-Gon.
I'm taking initiative.
I'm going to fight those guys. Do we bounce Ahsoka here? Basically, I tell you play it or lose it on your next turn. I think so. I'm gonna bounce Ahsoka and play Bodhi. You don't have anything in your hand, but that's fine. Okay. Next turn.
Play the shuttle. This is the card I was referring to. You can
Yeah,
move experience tokens around. It's really good to just like play and then like give a shield to your 3-drop or 2-drop, or even like Revan on deploy.
Yeah.
So
All
getting
right.
a shield is something that I can fight.
Attack you for 4.
Take initiative.
Attack you for 3. Play Qui-Gon, comma unit, and then I'll pass.
This is getting out of hand. Now there are 2 of them.
Okay, I guess I'll... Timely. This Knight of Ren into Bodhi. And give him an XP.
I'm gonna shoot you with a gun.
For 6?
Yeah.
I give it 3.
I'm going to...
I did 15 damage to you.
Attack you for 7.
Take initiative.
I'm going to sneak attack Deepa and kill you.
I just had horrible draws. I think...
Well, I mean, you're gonna have the top deck, right? Like, I think
I didn't like. I have 3 Vaders, 3 Mauls, and 2 of the ship in here, and I didn't see any of that stuff. And also, I haven't seen Malik at all. I got a lot of hits that would have been pretty helpful. I was just like, all my eggs were in the Tyrannotech basket in the mid game. I think I have a sleeve about to split. I can feel it. More crimsons?
Yeah, some crimson right there.
Just in case.
Some crimson right there. Yeah,
Platoon. Pretty good.
I think it won the game for me easily, right? I liked the way it played in those first couple games. I think some of the stuff doesn't match up exactly necessarily great. Justin's dudes are big. That last game, I felt it.
Oh no.
I felt it go right there.
It went. It's gone. Of course, Nathan's aggressive shuffling.
Yeah, well,
split the sleeve.
If they had me in that factory, these sleeves wouldn't be hitting the market. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I know, right?
They
probably fired everyone that told them that they shouldn't be putting the sleeves in the market.
If they had me in that factory, these sleeves wouldn't be making it in the market. I don't know where it is.
We'll figure it out.
I don't think, though, I mean, the only reason of double yellow is cunning, right? I think you can, I do think that bouncer is good. There was a bouncer in one of the versions of this draft, right? Like you Deepa in, kill something, and then cycle down to the bouncer. You could also just cycle down to the bouncer. Well, this hand's not playable. You could, like in double yellow, you could play the bouncer. It's force throw greater than cunning. I think force throw is very powerful, right? Force throw. Justin went from having like a 5-card hand to having like none in about the blink of an eye, right?
Yeah, I would say it's probably better.
Yeah, Bodhi, I think is neutral. I think you can just play Bodhi and Qui-Gon regardless, right? Like Ahsoka, they discard a card, cycle her for Bodhi is like
destroy every control deck.
Yeah, your opponent's playing Kira from 6 months ago, and they stumble dazed from the building. They have no idea what's happened to them. I'm gonna find that sleeve the hard way.
I tried finding it. Couldn't. We'll see. Okay. Yeah, like I didn't even get to use ACL last game. Rude. Vani.
I'm gonna play the Youngling.
Take initiative.
I'll pass.
Vani. I'll take you for 2.
I'm gonna play Ezra.
I'll resupply.
Or initiative. Do I care about this 2 damage? I could attack Vani for 2. I think I attack Vani for 2. This way I can kill off the Youngling if need be.
I'll take initiative.
Yes.
Turn attack.
Ahsoka.
Dogfight. Revan.
Padawan's gonna fight Vani.
Take it for 3.
I'm gonna take initiative.
Pass. I'll play Malik.
I'll play Plo, but no ambush.
I'll take it for 3.
Okay, I'm gonna take the initiative.
I'll take it for 4. And pass. Rook is another card that I didn't end up playing in this deck, but I think is very good. That was like kind of the steadfast battalion slot. So like I think he could either
there's too many 5-drops.
Yeah,
right?
you can't.
Like,
play
this is the Cadillac.
3 of these. I'm playing 3 Tyrann attacks, and then right now 2 steadfast battalions.
None of my shit matches up, dude. I guess I'm going to deploy Qui-Gon.
I'm gonna maul Plo. And you take one.
Qui-Gon's gonna shoot Revan.
I'll fight Qui-Gon. 6.
We'll move on to another game.
I'm all about to slap you.
I had a force throw. I don't know what your hand looked like. I was debating force throwing first. I also had Deepa. The problem was I couldn't navigate that turn. I actually wish you had had initiative on that turn because I'd love to see what you would have done first.
I would have mauled.
Yeah, that's great. You're tapped out, right?
Yeah.
Now I get to do stuff back. Right, Deepa can kill him. Deepa can kill Maul. Or I can deploy Qui-Gon. I don't have to worry about Qui-Gon dying. Then I can like Deepa into Revan, Qui-Gon into, and then get an R2 and see what's on the horizon. But now I cheated on waylays in this deck. I think if I were to like build it again, I think I would play 3, and I would probably play like spare the target or 2 because I think a lot of these situations Justin plays some sort of fatty, and I waylay at him, and I feel a lot better, right? Especially if you end up spending the ECL or whatever, right?
Yeah, I'm really liking this Revan build. I like it a lot more than the other colors I tried with them. I know blue's really popular.
Yeah, but his ability works with the ambush, right?
Yeah.
So you need the most amount of ambush that you can.
I was wondering if there's some kind of yellow junk you could do, because like
all the yellow
Sing
guys
is really good.
All the yellow guys die if they fight, right?
Yeah, but like all the ambush ones are low
Yeah.
HP. You want shielded guys were good too. So like Shin Hati is pretty good. So I think there's a way you could do yellow, blue. I haven't messed around with blue much, but I know that's pretty popular.
I think if you were like playing yellow and fighting my guys, we get to like turn 6 and my base is still at like
Yeah,
still like I have like maybe 3 damage on my base, right? If you I think specifically green, because there's a lot of overwhelm, I think that's like way better. You're much better shape there. So this does not quite work. It's very close to working, but it just doesn't quite. Right. Deploy the leader and then steadfast, right?
Yep.
Steadfast has the added benefit. It's got the sort of the Krennic thing going for it, where it's comes in powerful, and then the next turn, if it's unanswered, it's hitting for slightly more.
Not to mention with it gets experience token, and I can play dogfight on it. Dogfight's kind of crazy. So it could like ambush something down,
and then dogfight.
It give itself +2/+2. I could dogfight, give itself +2/+2 again, and overwhelm something else. Like that's an insane play if you can somehow engineer that. It's not out of the question. You can do that on turn 6.
Let's see. How about let's just start with a spark. Let's get the resupply. Could literally. Yeah. I don't give a shit about this guy. Literally don't care about.
Play this guy.
I'll take initiative.
It is very beneficial to get a resupply off in this deck.
All right. Don't get mad. No more spark.
Okay.
I think you can have the Vanille. Let's kill the Darth Malik.
All right. I'll take it for 2.
I'm gonna force throw you. Don't get mad. Stop getting mad.
I guess I'll just discard this. I'll play Vinny.
I'll take initiative.
I'll hope I draw something. It's not like I can play the next turn anyway.
Ahsoka. I'll exhaust Vani.
Take 2.
I'll take the initiative.
Else. So annoying.
No, not that. That makes that's much better. All right, we're gonna have Ahsoka fight the Shore Trooper.
I'll just attack it.
I'll play Plo and I'll fight the Terran Tech.
Revan.
I'll take initiative. I have a force.
2, 3. Pass. I'm definitely on Team Ban Force Throw, I think. I was kind of reluctant when you guys started talking about it.
Alright, I'll deploy Qui-Gon.
Thank you for 3.
I'll force throw you.
3 damage.
Let's do 2. We'll do 2 to Revan.
Thank you for 2.
Qui-Gon's gonna kill Revan.
Take initiative.
I guess I'll play this droid. I'll play this droid. And then I'll pass.
I'll ECL steadfast into Qui-Gon. XPM.
I'm gonna Qui-Gon Vani.
Qui-Gon Vani?
Yeah.
Oh, Qui-Gon. Okay.
Yeah.
That other Qui-Gon. I will take initiative.
I'm gonna crash that droid into that steadfast. I'll pass.
Knight of Ren. Do your cost porgs to play around Force Throw? Genius.
Well, there's actually an argument for the 1-cost one then, right?
Yeah, right.
Because the 1-cost one scale is an XX, right?
Mm-hmm.
It just costs 1. So
that porg in this deck is actually really interesting because, like, with Timely, it can kind of be what you need it to be. But between that and ECL,
I'm gonna hit your base for 7.
Knight of Ren.
I'm gonna Qui-Gon back this Qui-Gon and play Ezra.
Take initiative.
And then I will.
Want you to, like, use the Force?
That's used. I'm gonna Qui-Gon a Knight of Ren. And pass.
Obi. You get to put him somewhere?
It goes on top of your deck, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to play an Adi Gallia.
Take initiative.
I'm going to play a Vera Nestra Row. I'll spend the force and she is readied. And then I'm going to have her shoot you with a gun for 5. And I will get the force back. And I'll pass.
This shit is so frustrating. Alright, I'll timely this night.
Alright, take 1.
Ambush. XP.
I'm gonna play Kiyomundi. Use the force and draw 2.
Vani.
I'm going to attack you for 5.
Take initiative.
I am going to blow the Knight of Ren. Force it back. I'll pass. Should be a 1 of tech in this deck.
Light blow.
Attack you for 5.
Vador. First time I've seen a damn Vader too. We'll dump this Kylo in play, and I'll ambush the Kiadi.
I'm gonna Qui-Gon back Vera Nestra. Play a Golly.
I'll I'll dogfight Vader into her and take 1. I guess you'll play that lady again. Okay, yeah.
Deepa. It doesn't matter what I kill. I'll kill Vader, I guess.
Take initiative.
I'll play Vera Nestra and use the force when she's ready.
Okay, you got it.
This might be a pillage deck on top of the stuff.
Yeah.
You can basically dare your opponent to kill you with like the stuff in the first couple of turns, and then they have to play from the top of their deck the whole time.
I'm kind of thinking about I want that dude that searches up force units or something. I'm like struggling. I mean, I guess you're killing all my cards.
Yeah.
So you're blanking like half my turns. That game was very annoying.
I said don't get mad.
I got mad.
I specifically said don't do that. I felt Vera Nestra would be good in this deck, and I think that game kind of proved it, right? Like, I think that she closed out the game.
Could have had a color man. I like that they're designing heroes or leaders this way.
It is powerful.
You're trying stuff. It is powerful. His deployment 5 is really good. His ability is actually really good if I'm allowed to play cards if they're not all discard from my hand. Snowball's pretty hard. Yeah, I'm gonna try Anakin soon.
Anakin was on the 5-drop Anakin that you forgot about. That was in the starter. Was on the short list for this deck.
The 5, the coordinate guy.
Yeah,
I like them. Play OB, no aspect penalty, yeah, and power of the dark side, and
even craving power.
Craving power, he could, yeah. Mulligan. Yeah, I'm vibing with it. I like it a lot. I think I'm liking it more than Jump to Lightspeed so far. Piloting as a mechanic just was sort of a miss for me. But the Force I like. And just the Jedis and shit. Piloting ruined by the existence of Bamboozle. This is so annoying.
Right.
To get like
your opponent
fightered.
Yeah, your opponent can't blank your hero with cards that were printed in the first set in this game.
You put this at above set 1? I still think set 1 is
I think that's insane.
perfect.
I think that's insane. I think set 1's the limited for this set is not as good as set 1. Period.
Troopa.
Adigalia.
Take it.
Pass.
Oh yeah, for sure. They're definitely top 2 by a lot, right? Jump to Lightspeed. It did a lot of good stuff for the game. What's up, Gonga Spike?
Am I taking crazy pills?
Blade Archer.
Force throw.
Revan's lightsaber.
We'll do 2 damage to. I calls him the Dork Trooper.
The Dork Trooper?
The Dork Trooper.
Thank you for 2.
R2, no discard.
Take initiative. I'm pretty happy with the way how he's been playing with ECL. The health on the base has not mattered at all in these games. By the time I'm dead, I'm dead.
Yeah, the board is like over one way or the other, right?
Yeah. Thank you for 3.
R2 is gonna fight the Troopa.
Fight R2. Get XP.
Sneak attack. Plow. Kill that thing. Get the Force. Qui-Gon. Plow. Ahsoka.
Malik. I'll take initiative.
Attack you for 2. Pass.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah. Turn attack. Ahsoka. XP. It was between that and Malik. So if I want to use Malik this turn, I would have had to deploy Revan first, and then like somehow not get sparked or whatever. And Malik does not kill Ahsoka on ambush.
Yeah, I honestly could care less about Malik in all these
right.
games. This guy, like the games where I feel like I'm pretty far ahead, it's this guy who claws you back into it, right?
I like green for Revan a whole lot. The ambush is really good.
I'll attack your base for 2 and get the force.
I'll deploy Revan.
I'm gonna play Vera Nestra and spend the force.
I'll attack your base for 2 and move that there.
I'm gonna fight the Terran Tarek and get the force back.
I'll fight Edda.
I'll take initiative.
Yes. You got initiative.
I'm gonna Deepa Revan. Wait, that doesn't kill it. That's fine. I'll Deepa Vani.
Okay. I'll shuttle move shield.
I'll deploy Qui-Gon, I guess.
I'll fight Deepa.
I'll fight your base for 4.
Take initiative.
Pass.
I need to get one. Oh, I know, Gonga Spike. You can't hear any of the mean things I'm saying about you. But just know, Revan Green, very good. ECL, great. All
Okay, we're done here.
Super sick.
You deserve all of the force throws you get. I was like 1 off, I don't know how many things that game from being totally like in the clear. I considered the Sasa Tin guy.
What?
The dude that if you have the
real?
initiative do 1 damage to 3 things. He's the force guy.
If you have the initiative, he does it?
Yeah. I've considered him for this deck. It's one of those, a lot of those situations I feel, I've resourced Fang Fighter and Deepa into Revan, use her to recycle into a Fang Fighter to kill Revan.
Yeah, I'm playing the shuttle and I'm playing
yeah, I'm playing Fang Fighter and I'm playing Radiant, which I have not played yet, because
yeah, I have sold because it's really good.
Stuff gets crazy by the time I get to the Radiant.
I haven't had the opportunity to play IPSOL because there hasn't been a reason to. Been resourcing it because we're not fucking around in space. But it is super good. And it probably contests those space decks really well because you can ramp up to it. It kills all that stuff.
Are these games who has the initiative first? I think they might be.
No, I've had the initiative many times and lost. So
Or if it's actually
maybe it's
who
better for
doesn't,
you. Yeah.
Maybe it's better if you don't have the initiative.
Yeah.
I feel like you
I'm
get
Morgan.
you get like really punished by whatever the opponent does.
Last game.
Sure. I mean, I was having like, I will say, time flies. Like with this current set, how many? That was like game 5 or something.
Yeah,
4 or 5.
The games are like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Great.
There's
So-
actually a ton of interaction.
Yeah, and even like on our longest game, I think I was like in a losing position the entire time.
Yeah.
So it could have been a scoop.
Yeah.
I'm either
It
like in a winning
seemed-
position by turn 6 or 7, or
Yeah,
I'm in a really bad spot.
I'd love to see some like large data from tournaments just to see what the meta game looks like overall. But I have a suspicion that the game probably feels pretty good to play like a full day of this, right? Playing against like a bunch of different decks, sideboards. Like, yeah. Probably feels pretty good.
This is awk.
Alright, I'm gonna play Adi Gallia.
Take initiative.
No 2-drop. I think I win the game.
You win the game?
I think I win the game. I think I win the game handily.
Okay. Okay.
Great kid! Don't get cocky!
Yeah. Yeah. All right. I will resupply.
Take 1.
I could have played Super Laser Tech, but I was scared of Waylay. I think I'd lose the game on the spot if you Waylay that.
I'm gonna play the Youngling.
Take initiative.
I'm gonna attack you for 2. And then I'm gonna force throw you. That guy. I choose not to do damage to one of my guys. I'll pass.
Is it 2A unit?
Yeah. You may deal 2A unit, yeah. Not even the opponent's unit. Yeah, those other games I've like, you just have random shit left over that's like putting pressure on my base.
Vanny especially is like doing some crazy shit. I didn't really even expect him to be doing.
He's like very awkward to kill.
Yeah, and he's throwing numbers off all over the place.
Yeah, he's very awkward to kill. So who knows? Who knew that adding a bunch of I'm going to play Kitamundi and draw. Youngling is going to attack your base for 2.
I'll attack the
And I
young.
get the force. I will take the initiative.
Yes.
Okay. Just draw 3 copies of the same card. I will send you to the resource row. Alright. Key. Ada. Mundi. Let's trade for the Terran Taric.
Take you for 4.
I am going to Soka you.
Short trooper. I'll ECL. 7, so 2 damage.
Yeah. I'll take initiative.
Yes. Read data vault, yeah.
I'm going to waylay the Steadfast.
Attack you for 4.
Play Veradestra already.
Maul. I'll take initiative.
I'm gonna bamboozle Revan and then kill. And then pass. It's a resource nothing here.
I'll take it for 8.
I'm gonna Ahsoka you.
Knight of Ren. I'll play Eye of Scion.
I have to fight Maul.
Leave any.
I'll take the initiative.
Yes.
No, I get the force for fighting. I say, if I hadn't turned a new leaf last week, if Blood Bowl hadn't tried its best to drive me clinically insane, I would be raging out right now.
He said, "I'll beat you handily."
Handily.
He said, "I'll beat you handily."
Handily. I'm gonna waylay this shit, but I'll play the fucking ball. Play the fucking ball you got in your hand. There you go.
I'll take it for 2.
Okay. You still got it. You still got it.
I got Malik and Earth Shuttle, but those are slow. So, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's the when you hit the ambush curve. I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
That's the thing is like at 5 in this deck, either it has ambush already, or I'm giving it with ECL, or I can timely stuff. Right?
Yeah.
So like the deck is playing for ambush late game 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
The whole idea. I liked it. It played fun. I never got to like properly strap up a Revan's lightsaber on Revan where he did like 1 million damage. But
I think if you're playing against like Ahsoka, you might have been able to do that. But I think against this deck with bamboozles,
there's no way I can afford to do that.
Bamboozles,
Yeah. I just lose the game.
Fang Fighter, stuff like that.
He has like 4 damage on him. You just bamboozle all the experience tokens in the red lightsaber to my hand, and I cry.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's fun.
Yeah. I don't love this matchup because I think the problem is that you have like, I think the games where you top deck well, you win. The games where I put you you are in top deck mode and you're drawing like your 3 drops or whatever, you probably lose.
Yeah. It's got like a lot of good top decks.
The thing is that there's a lot of beefy dudes in the deck, right?
Right.
Like Knights of Ren in particular. Like
even if I top deck those, it's fine because they're really good to timely.
Yeah.
I never got to. I think there's not many units in your deck that match up well against the Dark Trooper where he can kill it. But if you can timely Dark Trooper, and then you give him an experience, all of a sudden he's like 5/5.
He gets 2. Yeah.
That's like really good.
Yeah. I like this. I like this Qui-Gon brew. I think there's like quite powerful stuff you can do, but I think there's probably some monkeying around with the curve to get it where you want it to be. I had considered stuff like Batch Brothers because
makes another body. You can sneak attack it even.
Yeah, right.
I guess it doesn't get the force for you.
Doesn't get you the force, right? So the thing is you need a certain amount of have the force, and it's like the young Padawan is good because you can play the young Padawan in 2, and then you could use Qui-Gon on whatever your 3 drop is. But yeah, there's the the games where I went wide, I felt better because I had stuff left over, and then Plo was coming in and just checking Revan.
Yeah, I was like consciously like I can't let Plo get the coordinate.
Right. And once you adjusted for that, then that's where things took a turn for the worse for me. I don't like Mace. The 6-drop Mace might be conceivable. My rationale for not playing him was that you want
use
deeper.
the Force.
Yeah, you can't Qui-Gon a 7-drop back to your hand, but that might be mistaken
because you could like
logic.
play Qui-Gon, or you could play him on 6 and just use the Force to do 4 damage, and then like later
deploy
on you can pick him
Qui-Gon,
up and then
deploy
put
Qui-Gon, attack with Qui-Gon, put
he's not like
Mace
payoff,
back in
he's
your
like
hand.
a spender.
Yeah. So it's possible I need more spenders, right? Like the things where
if you're only
and I cut
Qui-Gon.
Sorcerer's Blast, but Sorcerer's Blast actually would have been insane in this matchup because there were a lot of times where I was looking at Force Throw, I was like, I need this to do 3 damage, and then you would discard something that costs 2. So I'm not saying this Qui-Gon brew was optimal. I think there's definitely some stuff you could wiggle around in here. Maybe you shunt I was playing this because I was tired of seeing 2/2 shielded for 2.
It did mess me up a little bit.
Yeah.
So it did mess me up.
And so that and Fang Fighter, right? Like you can blow up a bunch of attachments. And I cheated on the numbers. Some of the numbers I was cheating on just to see like what feels good in the game and what doesn't, right? The droid felt like decent in this. And I think the droid would feel fine against blue and yellow if they have like a bunch of shields. But Fang Fighter probably would have felt better in some of those situations. Like when you slam down the sabers in the very first game, I had like access to the droid but not Fang Fighter, and I was like, well, if I could have Fang Fighter that, I would have been in like great shape. So.
What was the final score?
I
think it was about 3-3 or something.
I think it was, I think Justin might have had a
even.
slight edge. I
Yeah.
don't remember exactly how many games. The games were going fast though.
Yeah, they were fun. Very good. Very good. Thanks y'all for watching. We'll be back Sunday.
Yeah, I don't I may have Gundam decks for Sunday.
Okay, so we could do like a brew and a gun. I was gonna say we could do 2 brews.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to knife fight people at the store for these Gundam decks.
Yeah, you better get it.
So
you gotta get it. This is for content. That's very important.
I
You
know.
can use this to sell more copies of Gundam at your store.
No, you're wrong.
That's not a problem.
You're wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, it
gonna
won't
all
be a
sell
problem
anyway.
to sell.
Yeah, fair
The
enough.
problem is the amount of Gundam that I have to sell.
Yeah.
Which
Is not nearly enough.
I went to the distributor and I literally ordered 100 boxes from every distributor that was shipping it. They're sending us like 24.
Wait, from each distributor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like one, and that's basically 2 cases because the case of a Bandai game is 12.
Oh, geez.
man. Yeah. So I'm getting like 1/4 of what we ordered.
Well, that sucks.
Man, so
games that release when in the short supply, you're just like automatically in a shitty spot as a card game. I don't know why you do that. You should be getting it out there.
Like, and I'm telling you right now, Bandai is the king of this train does not stop moving. They don't slow down their releases to just like
to let you
get like a reprint or anything like that, right? Like we had to put our no, it's not on purpose. It's that they literally don't know how much money they could make. It's not, the numbers aren't based on reality. The numbers are, none of it makes sense. None of it makes sense to me. Yeah.
The Bandai execs are just like, this is how many of a card game we can sell out of. Let's just keep making.
You have to, maybe I shouldn't talk about this online, but you have to like, if you want to, like this tournament software that you use, you literally have to hack to make it usable. Okay, you have to open up the console, go to forums, get rid of disabled on elements, so that you can then submit stuff. Because like they won't let you change prices of a tournament. So like this Gundam stuff, we made prices for the tournament like 3 months ago when we had no idea how much it was coming. And so we had to go like up the price because guess what? if you're only getting a fourth of what you're, if you are getting a fourth of what you ordered, everybody's getting a fourth of what they ordered, and that means the secondary market price is going to be apeshit. So you have to go. We were like, well, the tournament's priced wrong. Clearly, we got to up the price on that, because the tournament guarantees you a deck, right? They don't. They're announcing the boosters. The boosters are 2 weeks from now.
My God.
So you just have starter decks. You just got to play shitty starter decks against each other to start with. And then the boosters will show up, and then you can actually customize decks. And like one color, guess what? One color is the draw cards color.
Guess what color it is?
It's not blue, but there is a color that's just the draw cards color.
Oh, okay.
Right? There's like 4, and they're kind of like a bunch of like the Gundam Wing people are green, and then there's some interesting mechanics in it. But I do think balance in set 1's just going to be like, well, I'll play the cost is really interesting. I like this idea. It's like thresholds, right? But you have resources as you go, you play resources, and so a card has like a split cost, and the first thing is like the threshold, and then the second is the actual cost of the card. How many resources?
Sorcery?
No, so it's like a 5/3. So you can't play it until you have 5 resources, and then it costs 3 to play.
Okay.
So you can't deploy it until later. So there's like a 4/2 or something that's like draw a card. So it's like a Gundam that you can play and just draw a card. And so it's like, oh, I'll play that color. I'll play that one. That one seems like the correct one to play.
Like the best unit.
Yeah, because now there's cool stuff because like you're incentivized to do like theme deck kind of things with it because the pilots like link with the Gundams. So like if you're matching like the Gundam Wing characters to their corresponding Gundams, or like if you got Amuro in like a RX-78 or whatever the original Gundam was, he gets bonuses in it, and so you can like pilots are like a way to like give your Gundams haste, and they can like otherwise you have to like play them and then they're not doing anything, and they have like a generic pilot in it, but then you can like slap a badass pilot in it and they start doing wacky stuff. So yeah, like whoever the dude who pilots Sandrock, I was playing like the demo thing, and like my opponent got him in Sandrock and was like rocking my shit, but turns out I draw a bunch of cards. Oh, the card draw color is the color that bounces stuff.
Of course.
So
yeah.
You're just like, it's like, that's a pretty sick Gundam. You put the named character in the named Gundam, I'll put it back in your hand type of thing. There are fast effects in the game. They're very limited. There's like and it was one of those where I was like, because the guy was teaching both of us, and he was like explaining how it works, and I was like, so you gave me the deck that has like the good cards in it. I was just kind of like, so my opponent declares their attack, and that's when there's a window for me to bounce the thing right here. This is the window in which I bounce the guy's thing.
I'll tell you right now, I'm not gonna like this game past the starter deck playing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna enjoy that probably.
Yeah, so I think
this is not a game I would play.
Who knows? I don't know. Like there was like a limited amount of stuff, and so the guy had decks put together from like the stuff that was available 6 months ago. There was like this beta stuff that came out at the time, and it was based off of that. But there's like. It's kind of like Kaijudo / Duel Masters, where you have shields that are your base, and if you fight through those, and some of those are like things that you can like attack, like use from your shields, right?
Okay.
So it's like as your opponent takes stuff off the board, you can like trigger stuff from the shields and get like a little bit of momentum from that. And there's like these base cards you can play, and they have like extra health over like the normal shields. Like normally it's just do a damage to a shield and it blows up, but like if you play a base, then your opponent has to like have enough resources to beat through it to damage a shield. And the base cards also like put shields back in your hand, so they're kind of like drawing cards. So it's like you're trading life points for like a little bit of like durability. There's like some neat mechanics going on in the game. You can only have like 5 Gundams at a time too, which is neat. Now, like when we were playing, it wasn't even close to that because the Gundams were just
They
like
explode.
Yeah, and the game definitely is built in that modern CCG style. This is like a trend for the last 10 years, where the games are designed to end. So like you typically units are just better at attacking than they are defending. That's just like I think games should be designed that way. People got shit to do, right? I don't want to sit here held captive by fucking armor warrior in Hearthstone.
To be fair, we've been playing with a lot of 2-4s
Yeah,
here,
yeah,
and it's been fine. But
yeah, but they're designed to end the game,
Yeah,
right?
right,
Like my 2-4 is doing a damage when you play event. Your 2-4 is like getting you extra damage on attacks and stuff like that, right? So, yeah. So, but yeah, it'll be interesting. There is a problem with going second. It's like the coin in Hearthstone. It's like how like Rogue's win percentage was like higher going second, like the actual win.
You get a free card
because you had the coin.
Yeah.
In this, it is a free land. If you ever spend it, it goes away. It stops existing.
Okay.
But it does meet that threshold for you. So if you're second, you're ahead on the threshold. So your opponent is like behind on the threshold, and so I was like it doesn't matter what he does in the first couple of turns, right? Because I can just wait until, and he was like, "Yes, you were playing the game correctly," type of thing. I was like, "Okay, yeah, it's yeah,
yep."
You guys are lucky. I'm not gonna become Gundam World Champion because I'd easily trash everybody who plays card games.
Maybe we'll love the game and then want to pay way out the ass to actually get cards.
Yeah, you're gonna be paying like $200 for a sealed box of this game.
We go play at Gen Con. Probably.
Yeah. I'm sure all those events are sold out.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure they are.
Right,
if they even have events.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, appreciate everybody hanging around. Goodbye.
Goodbye.